Hi everyone, welcome to day 3 of the very first IMPA Virtual Events Week, day 2 of our online sessions. I'm here this morning to kick off with Philippe from Closelink. Hi everyone, welcome to day 3. He's going to be talking about their brand new tool to help with operations with marine lubricants. I'm going to go ahead and hand over to him now. Wish you all a good session.
Good morning, everyone, and hello from Hamburg, and welcome to today's IMPA session. My name is Philippe. I'm one of the founders of Closelink and managing director. I will use the next 20 minutes or so in order to introduce to you our procurement platform for marine lubricants. And I will use the next 20 minutes as well in order to display to you the benefits our platform provides you as managers and or owners, and also to display a number of the features that our platform provides. The objective of Closelink as a platform is actually to help you as a technical ship manager to improve the procurement of one of your major cost drivers, marine lubricants. And we do that through three different pillars. So Closelink is built actually on 3 different pillars. The first thing is we believe that we are the only application out there, the only platform out there that is specifically tailored to the procurement of marine lubricants. And at Closelink, we do believe that procuring or purchasing marine lubricants should substantially differ from the procurement of toilet paper, screws, ropes, or whatsoever. So that's the first pillar. The second pillar is we are in the digital age. We are in the age of digital tools, online tools, cloud computing, etc. So we believe that every ship manager and owner should benefit from the accumulation of data from different sources. And this is what Closelink is built on. And the third thing is, this is why we actually call Closelink a platform instead of purely a software, is that Closelink did also register more than 70 different suppliers for marine lubricants, among which are manufacturers, distributors, traders, global companies, regional or local companies, that in the process of procuring marine lubricants are able to support you in different situations, emergency calls, or simply to enlarge your options. So we all do that in order to do 2 different things, which is reduce the vessel spend. And the second thing is increase the efficiency in daily operations as technical ship manager in the field of procurement. Now, reduced vessel spend is actually based on 3 aspects here. The first thing is we want to help you to even further bundle vessel liftings in key ports. We all know that most of the ship managers are part of a purchasing group, or they do have a number of contracts, or they have one dedicated supplier. So the contracts are done, but the key is to really make sure that the vessel lift lubricants in those ports where it's the cheapest. And our tool helps you to achieve that or to further improve it. The second thing is we all know that you run into situations where you need to lift marine lubricants, bunker marine lubricants in ports that are secondary with regards to your contracts. We want to make sure that in those cases, the purchasing person really considers all the options it has to make sure it goes for the cheapest option as well. And the third thing is we all know that we run from now and then into situations where we really have an emergency. The information from on board, from the crew comes in too late. We have a schedule change, or we have anything with the engine. So we need to bunker fuel in a region where it's really not favorable. This is the third part where Closelink can support you in really finding, first of all, an option, and then the best option if there are several. With regard to increasing business efficiency, Closelink actually accumulates a number of different tasks that usually today is used with different systems. So most of the technical ship managers that we talk to obviously applied some sort of ERP system or PMS system. And in addition to that, probably a fleet performance system. Now, we want to integrate the data that's out there in those different systems into one when it comes to lubricants. But also we want to help you to get rid of, big Excel files, to reduce email communication with suppliers or the crew on board, and to improve scheduling of liftings, but also to see an improvement of KPI management, to really dig into data, so really putting statistics on the plate. And all of this is combined into one system, our Closelink procurement platform. Now, how does it happen? The next couple of slides will show you a set, so to speak, some examples of the features that our platform provides you with today. The first thing is, and I think this is a really very helpful start for any technical ship manager, is to very easily upload any contractual terms that you have with 1, 2, 3, or any supplier out there. So usually technical ship managers work with one dedicated supplier or 2 or 3. They usually assign one vessel to supplier A, a second vessel to supplier B, depending on their schedules and on the pricing setup. And Closelink allows you to very easily upload all those terms into a single system without doing manual work and without entering any manual data. So it's really just uploading your Excel file. Our system reads through the file, uploads it in automatically. On the basis of that, our system provides the feature or the functionality to very simply compare lifting options among those based on those contractual terms. But as you can see, I hope you can see that on the moving display here, is that it's not only a comparison by a single mouse click over pricing. So how much does it cost in port A, B, C, and along the line of 1, 2, or 3 suppliers. But we also include crucial information about lifting options, barging options, pack types, etc., from each major supplier. So you don't need to get onto their homepages and look it up. Actually, we all combine it into one tool, and in this case, actually into one single screen. But this is the way the procurement of marine lubricants is usually done. So up to here, you would actually have your ERP system, and you would probably combine it with some major Excel files or PDF files to get to that point. So what did we do else? We actually, as I said, we want to combine data from different sources to improve the procurement of marine lubricants, and also to move from reactive to proactive. So the first thing that we did is we are able to integrate the rest on board information from your vessel, from any tank that you have on board, from any product, major product, for your main engine or your auxiliary engine, whether it's a 2-stroke engine or a 4-stroke engine, so that the procurement person at any time has the up-to-date information about how much lubricants do I have left on board, how big is the tank, so how much can I take in max, and what is my threshold, at which point do I need to act in order to ensure that I always have enough lubricants on board. Now, in addition with the rest on board integration, so integrating that information into our platform, you can also very easily integrate the vessel schedule when it's available. Obviously, we're talking about a liner business here, or a feeder business maybe. So whenever there's information about schedules, whenever there's information about the next port of call, which is usually available somewhere in a shipping company or somewhere at the operations site, we are very easily able to integrate that into the system so that the purchaser at any time can actually combine how much do I have left, so what do I need, where's the vessel going, and how much does it cost me. So all these 3 information are very easily combined. And if you add all of that on, or you put all of that together, we actually go one step further. Closelink is able to send out automated alerts to the procurement manager, the purchasing person, to any operator, or to the technical department, saying that, or providing the information that a threshold has been undergone, a vessel is about to run into a field of demand. Please, procurement person, or please, technical inspector, make sure to check on your options up front, or to inform the vessel in order to check any further demand on board, maybe on greases or auxiliary products. So our tool, our platform, combines the information and sends out automated alerts to the procurement person saying, look, there's an upcoming demand, make sure you get your planning right. Now, nevertheless, even though you might have your schedule, even though you might have your RBs on board the vessel at the office, or you don't, what you cannot prevent 100% of the time is that you might run into emergency calls. This can happen when you have a short-term schedule change. It could happen if you have anything going on with the engine on board, so you need to, exchange loops. Or it could happen if you simply don't know the vessel's schedule and you're running into an area where you do have a high demand, but it's really not a good area to do the lifting. For these particular cases, so what we call emergencies, we provide our customers, our users, with an extended network. In that case, you can actually very easily add any supplier that is able to provide lubricants in the port that you chose. We invite them to provide you with an offer, an alternative offer to maybe what your contractual suppliers can offer, or if they don't, to really provide you with the one and only option you have in that port. That's very easily done. As you can see in the screen, it is actually on the same screen for the purchasing person. It is the same procurement process. It is really just a very simple, very efficient way to allow you to compare on several options in case of emergency. Now, we know that a PMS system or ERP system today does not only cover the simple process of receiving information from on board the vessel, making the ordering, and then the payment. Given that companies tend to become bigger and the number of vessels per purchaser increasing, we see that the hierarchy of approving procedures is increasing. So we know that it is very important for ship managers to nowadays also have an integrated approval process, especially when you consider the average amount of an order for marine lubricants. Our system does cover that. You can actually set up different types of hierarchies. You can set up different kinds of approvers, and you don't have to leave Closelink to do that. Out of the system, you just inform the approver. The approver can have a view on the order that you want to place. He can approve that. He can provide comments whatsoever. And then the procurement person receives an information and can proceed. Now, we understand that Closelink can be seen as a standalone solution. So for many customers, the first question is, look, I do have an ERP system already. I know that the procurement process is the same for screws and lubricants, but at least it is a system that I can use that is maybe integrated with my accounting, that might already be integrated with a vessel client. So how can I still use Closelink without doing any double work? Now, this is very easy. Closelink today can actually be integrated very easily with any existing ERP or PMS system out there. We have done a couple of integrations already with existing ERP systems, and we actually provide an architecture and APIs that allows us to also very easily and very quickly integrate with systems that we haven't integrated yet. Also, what we see, it is very easy for us to integrate Closelink with any fleet performance system out there where you usually would find the ROB information. And the good thing is, information can not only be shared to Closelink, it can also be subtracted and put into any ERP system, maybe to be shared with the accounting or for any auditing reasons whatsoever. So bottom line, Closelink is can very easily be integrated with any existing ERP and PMS system. Now, as I mentioned in one of the early slides, we see that there's an increasing demand for database decision making, and that is not only for the operations, but also very important on the strategic level. You want to look back and you want to analyze your data, your statistics. Most probably you're going to set up KPIs. We see companies coming up and customers coming up with marine lubricants procurement specific KPIs to understand how much has been lifted in the best ports, how much has been lifted per vessel, what is my average consumption, what's my average pricing, how did I develop in the procurement of marine lubricants in the last quarter, in the last 6 months, in the last 12 months, where do I stand today? We offer that feature already. It is automated actually. So these statistics are available to any customer that use our platform. It is statistics that go into general information about the fleet, but you can also dig deeper into statistics and information per vessel, per supplier maybe, per port, or even per product group. Just consider that you are close to setting up new contract negotiations and you really want to make sure very easily, very quickly, what are my key ports, what is important in the upcoming negotiations with any supplier out there. This is where this feature can really help any procurement manager. Now, Closelink is not new. It is in use by several partners already. Our major customer base today is in Germany and on Cyprus. Here you can see an extract of the customers that are using us. We are currently broadening or extending our customer base towards Scandinavia, Benelux, but also beyond Europe to Singapore. So yeah, I'd be very happy to put on further flags and further names here in the course of the next weeks and months. Maybe one of you might be one of them. One of those customers that we already work with is Seabourn Ship Management. It's a company that has technical ship management and procurement based in Germany, but also in Singapore. And we've started working with Seabourn early this year. We've integrated Closelink fully into their existing ERP system to really allow smooth data flow. And now together with Seabourn Ship Management, continue to further develop our platform to even more automated processes. Usually I show a video of the cooperation. In this particular case, I would skip the video and I would invite everyone to reach out to us to have a look at the video just to make sure you can have a look at it. I'm happy to share it. I wouldn't do it now because it would probably take a bit of too much of the time that we've planned. Now, with regards to my presentation and the presentation of our procurement platform, that's it for now. But as it's stated here, I'm really happy to answer any of your questions that come up now or after the presentation. Simply reach out via hello@closelink.net or directly to me, which is Philippe@closelink.net. I'm happy to answer any of your questions. Make sure to connect on LinkedIn, and I'm looking forward to hearing your feedback. Thank you very much.
That's great. Thank you very much, Philippe. Very, very good system it's looking like there. So thank you for sharing that with us. Would like to take a minute just to check if anyone has any questions they'd like answering about Closelink. I see one here from Andreas, who seems to be asking, I think, is regarding GL Ship Manager. So I'm guessing that does the Closelink system integrate with GL Ship Manager?
So as I said, thank you very much for that question, Andreas. As said, it can be integrated. We don't have a customer yet that uses GL Ship Manager and is integrated with us. But we do have contacts to the GL Ship Manager team, obviously, and we're happy to take it on. What I can say, it obviously depends a bit from system to system, but when it comes to new system, we usually talk about an integration time of up to 3 months, but that obviously can differ from systems to system. So we're not yet integrated with GL Ship Manager, but we can be, and it's not really, usually it is not too much of an effort, to be honest.
Great. Okay. Does anyone have any other questions while we're here just at the end? If not, of course, you'll quite easily know how to get in touch with Philippe and the team at Closelink to carry on the discussions. We'll give it just a moment to see if anyone else has anything to add to the chat. And if not, we will... we have one here. So Liam Herbert, hello, does your platform take raw data from Excel and normalize structure and classify the data in types and grades?
Yes, it can.
Right. That's the sort of answers we like.
So I'm not fully sure I got that question 100% right. So we do have customers not on ERP systems or PMS systems that provide us with XML or CSV files, and we can upload that into the system. Yes. So if you reimagine the slide that talks about integration, you can see that we work with what we call translator. I'm not a developer, so that's the way I call it. It's a translator. So actually, we also provide customers with an Excel file, what we call as a vessel client. So those customers not using an ERP system today, yes, they either can use our Excel files, or we work with them in order to integrate data from them via Excel. So this is definitely possible, and we use it today.
Excellent. Hopefully that answers Liam's question there. And one more question here coming in, asking about supplier can add to your system. Are we talking supplier using the system or adding a supplier?
So, yeah. This could actually, as you already said, it could come from two directions. So usually we work with all existing suppliers out there. So obviously, if a customer is has a contract or terms with 1, 2, or 3 dedicated suppliers, we usually onboard those suppliers if they are not already on the system, which they usually are. Now, if that question maybe comes from a supplier that is not yet registered on Closelink, also feel free to reach out to us. We have more than 70 suppliers registered, but we're happy to bring that to 100 or even more. So if you're a supplier, even if you're just a local lubricant supplier, reach out to us and we're happy to onboard you.
Excellent. I hope that answered your question there, Arifur. Okay, I believe that's all the questions for now. So we'll leave that there. Thank you so much for your time, Philippe.
Thank you very much for the great session.
No, thank you. It's been fantastic. These sessions are going to be available pre-recorded afterwards if you wanted to refer back to it. Anyone who's watching who wants to follow it up, of course, get in touch with Philippe and his team at Closelink. And for now, we'll call it a day with this session. More sessions coming later. And in the meantime, everyone can head over to our expo section. Thank you very much. Thanks again, Philippe. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you. Bye.
Bye-bye.